In other news on the go, the Commission on Restitution of Land Rights is commemorating the 30th anniversary of the Restitution of Land Rights Act. Minister Mzwanele Nyhontso will lead the official event at the Freedom Park Heritage Site in Pretoria. That event will feature a panel discussion aimed at fostering an honest reflection and dialogue on the complexities of land restitution in South Africa. Watching developments is SABC News reporter Neria Shakotsa, who joins us now live. Neria, of course, this piece of legislation has been at the center of a lot of political debate, not only in the early stages of our democracy, but even recently, as we try to figure out where the country is headed next.
Good morning to you, Ayanda. Of course, land reform has been one of those discussions that have been very charged in the country when it comes to how and when will people get back their land. Of course, this goes back to the 1913 Land Act, which basically made it lawful for people to be dispossessed of their land, and mostly black people in that regard. And in 1995, that's when, of course, this Restitution Act was put into place just to ensure that people can claim their taken land. And one thing earlier on, when we were speaking to the Chief Commissioner, she indicated that land reform or land restitution is more than just giving people their land back, but it's also about giving people their dignity. And today we are expecting various stakeholders to form a part of this occasion. We are expecting also panel discussions that will be happening around the discussion of land restitution. Of course, when you look at the claims that have been done since 1995, we have some 83,000 claims for land. But one thing that the department has said is that the commission itself for the 2024-2025 financial year will settle some 319 claims. And with the commission yet to settle some claims, it has brought criticism from other sectors of society who believe that basically a land reform is taking long, and others believing that maybe there should be a radical land reform such as in countries like Zimbabwe. But I don't want to waste any further time, Ayanda. I want to bring in the Minister of Land Reform and Rural Development, Mzwanele Nyhontso, just to speak to us about this day. Minister, thank you so much for joining us this morning on SABC. Today we are observing 30 years of land restitution. How important is it for government to observe this day?
It is very important. It is very important that we must observe this day and look at the 30 years that we've been doing the restitution since the law or the act came into being in 1994. So it's good that we must meet today, and it's important that we must look at it. Look at the hectares of land that were restored to the African people. Look at the billions of rands to those who preferred money over land. And also looking forward into what we must do going forward, because as you've just said it in your remarks, the pace is worrying, and we have since been attracting criticism, because settling 319 claims in a financial year would mean settling 5,700 claims would take us around 30 years. And then there are also 2014 land claims, which are 163,000. And former President Mutlande said it would take us 700 years. So we also need to be creative. Look at possibilities, bringing in private sector, see how can we get funds to settle these claims so that our people can find joy. And as you've said it, it's not only about handing over land, it's not all about restoring the land. It is more about restoring the dignity of the African people.
And Minister, I just want us to talk about the cost of land, the increasing cost of land also when it comes to government buying this land. How much of an impact has that had in terms of land reform, land restitution in that instance?
It has a negative and a big impact, more especially in provinces like Western Cape. You could see that the previous owners, or the so-called landowners, are just coming up with exorbitant prices of land. But at least we have the office of the Valuer General, where they must look at it and come up with the right price. If we don't agree, we'll have to take it to court. At some point, we must have the will to take the land back to its rightful owners.
And speaking about Kgalema Motlanthe, of course, one thing that he mentioned in a recent interview was that he is hoping the GNU partners, political parties within the GNU, can actually come together, you know, have a boss parade of some sort and deal with the land issue. Do you think this is something that is important to happen within all the parties in the GNU, given that the discussions or the beliefs regarding land issue and land reform are not the same? How will you tackle this issue?
That would be a great day. We really need to sit down and talk about it. We may not agree with how the land must be taken and given back to its rightful owners, but we all agree that the problems of this country, all of them, emanate from landlessness, and we know what happened with our land. As you know, we want the land through the Act of Parliament. We don't want the land through how they got the very same land, because they got this land through the barrel of a gun. But we are saying we must get it through the Act of Parliament. So at some point we must sit down and agree that the land must be given to our people, or else our people will go out there and grab the land. And that revolution will be leaderless.
Thank you so much for your time, Minister. Of course, dignitaries are coming in slowly here just to be part of this commemoration today. And of course, like the Minister said, that if the land reform project is not, if it does not happen at a quicker pace, we will, of course, start seeing people grabbing land for themselves because they would have waited for so long.
Absolutely, Nera Shakotsa. For now, thanks very much indeed, Nera, reporting live there from Pretoria.